Welcome to my tutorial for Redstone, basic Redstone. I'm going to be explaining this quickly, so don't worry about me taking too long. I'm going to explain fast. This is redstone wire. You place it on the ground by right clicking. It has a max range of 15 blocks. You see here it's uncharged, here it's charged. The charge comes from the redstone torch over there. You can extend this range by placing a repeater. That will make you able to, the range will be extended by 15 more blocks. The repeater can also be used as a delayer by right clicking it like this. So the effect of the delayer is like this. You can see that it takes a different time for the signal to come through. I'll now be showing you all the different inputs we have in Minecraft that can be used to make your applications. First we have the lever. The lever, when pulled, will change the state of the change it to powered or unpowered, and it won't change back until you flip it back. The button will charge in like 1 second and return. There are pressure plates. These two are different because both will be triggered if you step on it or if a mob steps on it, but this one will only be triggered. Only this one will be triggered if you throw an item on it or a boat. That's the difference between them. There are the detector rails that will only turn on if a minecart drives over it, and it's the redstone torch which can be considered an input because it makes the redstone powered, and it won't go back, it just will be on. So over to the outputs, we have pistons. There are two different kinds of pistons. It's the sticky piston that will drag the block back as well, and it's the regular piston that will leave it there. You can use a rail cart. It will change the direction, and it's this thing called a boost rail that will activate and make the minecart. Okay, you didn't see it. It will make the minecart move. I can promise you it did. It's this note block. It will make a noise. You can turn it up and it will make this tone. This is the dispenser. It will give you an item when it's given a charge. You can choose the item, and if you put arrows or eggs or snowballs in it, they will fire. It's two different kinds of doors. It's the wooden door and iron door. You can open the iron door by hand, but you cannot open the steel door, iron door. It's the TNT. When you give the TNT a charge, it will, guess what, blow up, which is kind of cool, I guess. It's the hatch or trapdoor, and also I know what you're thinking. You're like, oh, you already said that's an input, but a redstone torch is also an output. If you place it like this, you can see I can turn it on and off with this input, which is a lever. Okay, we're gonna be moving on. When you power a block with redstone, it gives power in many different directions. For example, this block, you can see when I pull the switch, it gives power, and a redstone torch will have power to begin with, but if you give it more power, it will turn off. So yeah, you can see that this block gives power in these three directions, also this one, but I didn't place a torch there. This can be used in many applications. Here's an example. You can see that when I pull the switch, this piston will get power from this wire, while this piston will get power from the block underneath the wire, which is powered by the wire. This piston will get power from the block, and this piston will not get powered because the wire isn't attached to it. It's just attached to this one, as you see. If it was attached to that one, it would have to the wire would have to face or stick to it, like, yeah. Zoop. This is a very useful thing. If you place torches like this, you can transmit signal directly upwards, and yeah, that's very useful. Now, this is probably the most, where is it? Oh, there. This is probably the most useful thing, or one of the most useful things, or things you will be using most. This is an inverter or a NOT gate. And what it does is that you give it a signal and it gives you the opposite signal. So if I turn this switch, you see I just turn it off, but on the opposite side it's on here. So whenever a signal is the opposite of what you want, you will use NOT gate. This is another use of NOT gate, which shows us that you can give a signal to something over the torch by using a NOT gate. Here's some very useful things for hiding redstone underground. For example, if you place a lever on a block or anything like a button here or a pressure plate here, the redstone placed under that block will be activated by that block if it's activated. So when I pull this lever, this will be activated. That will lead to this NOT gate, which I showed you earlier, which will power this block, which will power this door. So that's how I made this door open and close. You will probably be using this a lot. If I want to make double doors, okay, I've built this maybe slightly complicated thing for a beginner. It's a double door. Oh, it's not working, and that's because this one is activated and it's not so. Oh, I just fell down. That's not my purpose. No, they will open like that. How I did this is that I used the thing I showed you earlier, that redstone is activated under. On one side I did the exact same thing as I showed. Okay, this is not important now. I did the exact same thing as I showed you on the other one. This is a NOT gate and it's powered by this one. But if I did the same thing on the other side, I can show you what would happen. This would happen. And we don't want that, so I will have to make another NOT gate which will reverse the signal and make the doors open and close at the same time, which is which is what we wanted, you know. At last I will show you this. Okay, it's not directly related, but if you place pistons here and you lay redstone over them, you can power them like that. So that's one way to power pistons. One of the many ways to power pistons. But this one is very useful. So if you want to power different pistons, you will have to power some from the upside and some from the side, like this, and some from underneath using NOT gates like I showed you right there. So that's it for this tutorial. I hope you didn't get bored like I do when I watch most redstone tutorials, which is why I decided to make this one. And I hope you learned something, and I hope you will comment, rate, thumbs up, and subscribe and watch my other videos. And I hope you will build really cool stuff in Minecraft, and I hope you will think I couldn't have done this without this tutorial. So that's it for today, and goodbye. I might make another tutorial later with more advanced red logic gates, if I get enough feedback or comments or rates or views, whatever, on this video. So goodbye.